2025 comes to an end, the year of completion, there's a transmission waiting for those who are paying attention. This isn't for the faint of heart or for the impatient. It's deep, it's revealing, and it's going to change the way you see numbers in your life. So grab that coffee, settle in, and let's decode the signs hidden in plain. Numbers tend to appear more frequently when your awareness is heightened, when you're in the middle of a transition, when you're actively making decisions, and when your emotional system is engaged. They don't cause the outcomes, they respond to them. And what you're seeing is the feedback loop. Your focus, behavior, and emotional states all create a signal. The numbers are the system's response to that signal. So, in simple terms, what you're doing is triggering the pattern that you're noticing. When you change the behavior, the pattern usually changes too. Double numbers usually indicate increased signal strength. Something in your current situation has crossed a threshold and it's now demanding more of your attention. This usually happens when a pattern is stabilizing, either in a constructive direction or in a resistant one. You're typically in one of two states. You're aligned and momentum is building, or you're consciously or unconsciously resisting a necessary adjustment. Double numbers don't introduce new information, they magnify what's already present. So maybe a useful question here would be, what pattern in my life is getting stronger right now, and how am I responding to it? When you respond intentionally, the repetition usually softens or it stops altogether. Triple numbers signal immediate responsiveness is required. This is the point where awareness alone is no longer good enough. The feedback loop has intensified because the pattern has already been recognized but not acted on. And they tend to appear when you already know what the next step is. The decision has been made internally, or fear, doubt, and overthinking is delaying execution. Triple numbers aren't asking you to look for more meaning. They're telling you to move. So maybe a good question to ask yourself is, what action am I delaying even though I already know what needs to be done? And once you take action, the repetition usually stops. Repeated exposure to the same number indicates a loop that hasn't been completed. This isn't a reward or a sign of elevation. It's a signal that a specific insight, boundary, or behavior hasn't been fully integrated in real life yet. The information has already been received. What's missing is the application. So, when you adjust the behavior or make the decision the number is pointing to, the repetition typically stops. The loop closes when the lesson is lived, not just noticed. 0 is the number of infinite potential and clean slates. It shows up when the system is signaling. Pause, reflect, recalibrate. It's a reminder to trust timing, release the control, and step into the unknown, like the Fool in Tarot, without forcing outcomes or overthinking. Now, when you pause and allow clarity to emerge and you trust the timing, you're in alignment with the 0. You naturally rest when needed. You step back to reassess and you let the answers appear without pushing. In the shadow side, when you overthink, when you freeze up or avoid action under the guise of waiting for clarity, you're in the shadow. You may feel stuck, numb, or delay decisions even though the next step is right in front of you. The number 1 carries leadership, action, and personal power, and it appears when momentum is needed, like the magician in tarot. When you take initiative, when you speak your truth, and start without waiting for permission, you create momentum and you claim your power. You're in alignment with the 1. Now, when you hesitate, when you overplan or wait for approval, momentum stalls and opportunities slip away. That is the shadow side. The 2 carries patience, observation, and relationships, and it shows up when the system signals you to pause and notice subtle cues, like the High Priestess or the 2 of Cups. You're in alignment when you listen, when you reflect, and you act with diplomacy, and you make decisions after considering yourself and others. In the shadow side, this is when you tend to overplease, doubt yourself, or rush decisions, feeling paralyzed by indecision or dependent on validation. The 3 carries creativity, joy, and communication, and it appears when suppressed expression needs release, like the Empress or the 3 of Wands. You know you're in alignment when you can express your ideas and creativity authentically. You speak, share, and you just let your joy flow naturally. You're in the shadow side, though, when you hold back, when you over-edit, or suppress your voice, when you're feeling blocked, unseen, or disconnected from your own expression. The 4 carries stability, discipline, and grounded action, and it appears when structure or systems are required, like the Emperor. And when you're in alignment, you create routines, set boundaries, and build strong foundations that support your growth. In the shadow side, this is resisting order, becoming rigid, and burning out from over-control, feeling chaotic, overwhelmed, or trying to be a perfectionist. The 5 carries adaptability, transformation, and movement, and it appears when the system signals a need for flexibility, like the 5 of Wands. When you're in alignment, you embrace change, you try new approaches, and you step into growth opportunities. When you're in the shadow side of it, you resist the change and you act impulsively and create chaos without direction, leaves you feeling restless, trapped, or frustrated. The 6 carries service, nurturing, and balance. It appears when boundaries or self-care are required, like the Lovers or the 6 of Pentacles. In alignment, you care for yourself while supporting others. You set healthy boundaries and you act with compassion. When you overgive, when you feel guilty or you sacrifice yourself and there's an imbalance between giving and receiving, burning out while trying to help, feeling resentful or even drained, you know you're in the shadow side. The 7 carries wisdom, introspection, and intuition, and it appears when discernment is needed, like the Hermit or the 7 of Cups. When you're in alignment, you take time to reflect, observe patterns, and trust your intuition. Lessons are integrated and clarity emerges. When you overthink, isolate, or avoid action, analysis paralysis and indecision dominate. You are out of alignment. The 8 carries authority, manifestation, and mastery, and it appears when the system signals the need to claim your power, like strength and the 8 of Pentacles. In alignment, you step into authority. You act decisively and you align power with integrity. You generate abundance and influence. Now, when you misuse power, when you fear visibility and procrastinate from doubt, opportunities are blocked and control is misapplied. You're out of alignment. The 9 carries closure, integration, and letting things go. And it appears when cycles are ending, like the Hermit or the 9 of Cups. When you complete cycles, when you integrate lessons and release what no longer serves you, you create space for new beginnings. You're in alignment. When you cling to endings, when you resist closure, drag out cycles, when you're feeling stuck, heavy, or unable to move forward, you're out of alignment. So guys, as you move through 0 through 9, remember that when the number repeats, doubles, or triples, it's an amplification of the message. Double numbers tell you something is louder than usual, signaling alignment or something that you may be ignoring. When the triple numbers show up, that's showing urgency. They appear when you already know what to do, but hesitation is holding you back. So if you're seeing numbers everywhere, it's not a sign that you're lost. It's proof that you're awake and you're paying attention. So the real question isn't what the numbers mean. It's what are you going to do with the guidance they're giving you? That's it for me, guys. I hope this helps. Jeanette out. Namaste.